Good morning, everybody. Or afternoon, sorry. It is another beautiful, beautiful day. So, Hungry, I hope I resolved the hashtag situation. I did, I tried anyway. But anyway, I just got done watching Let's Tell the Truth, your video, and I see Robin's in there totally flooding your comment section. Have fun with that. See, I don't block Robin because it bothers me what she says. I block her because she floods my comment sections, and I know that. And she will create fake avatar after fake avatar after fake avatar to do that. But you can handle yourself. But the reason I come on to talk to you about this was, and to tell everybody this, I have listened to Robin glaze herself over and over again about taking down my channels. And I really haven't said much about it. It doesn't bother me that I've had channels taken down because it's pretty apparent that I can open another one and do what I need to and get right back up there if I want. I don't care about a channel being taken down. But one of the things that I've learned is that a lot of people don't get to see is that YouTube changed their policies. So when you have a channel taken down now, if you go and try to log into that channel again, immediately a page comes up and it tells you the 3 people that copy struck you. And it gives you their names, their email addresses. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that Robin never had anything to do with taking any of my channels down. So she has led so many people to believe that she is the one that knows YouTube so well and, knows how to do these copy strikes and knows how to take these channels down. That is absolutely false. Now, I'm not going to expose who the people are, except I'll tell you one. One was Kevin Neese. I got one copy strike from Kevin Neese. So all you have to do is, when your channel's copy struck, and it gets taken down, you just try to log into it, and it will tell you the 3 strikes that took your channel down. And it will tell you the name of those people, and it will tell you their email address. And from there, well, it's pretty easy to find out who they are. And that's why I know for a fact that Robin has never, ever put a copyright claim in and taken one of my channels down. But she likes to insinuate that she does because she likes to act like she knows what she's doing. And it's absolute bullshit. So you take what you want with that information. If you have a channel that you've had taken down through copy strikes, try it and you'll see. So yeah. And the rest of your stuff, Hungry, I already warned you about. I already told you they were going to do this. If you want to buy into it, and go ahead, but I don't. It's your right. I don't care. I have never been on here to take somebody's channel down. Never. I have no desire to. That's including DARS. But I can tell you, because I've been doing this with this group for so long, the lies Robin's told you, which you should know because you're a working man, that is a lie. Her claim to retiring at the Bissell factory. You and I both know, because we both worked our entire lives, that nobody retires from a factory job at age 40 and lives a comfortable life. You cannot do it. That's a lie. And I don't care how she lives. It's just she's constantly glazing herself, trying to make herself sound like she's better than what she is, because she has this group of followers that think she's knowledgeable, and she's not. I know for a fact that Audrey, well, one of the things I've always been really pisses me off about women like Audrey is they marry a man and they leave with half his assets. And that's how Audrey has survived. A lot of women in my generation did that. They marry a man, they stick with him, have a kid with him, and then they leave him and they take half his assets. Or they have family that will help them out. But Audrey likes to make herself sound like she's an independent woman, and she's not. She never has been. She has lived off the backs of hardworking men. And one of the things Audrey never likes to talk about is her bankruptcy. Audrey has been bankruptcy. So how Audrey likes to talk is, oh, I never use credit. I always use cash. Well, she has to use cash because she has no credit, because she went bankrupt. Now, hi, Ladybug. I'm doing great today. I'm doing fabulous. So, I wanted to tell you about that silver thing. Now, all you got to do is you can't use it on silver plate. You can only use it on sterling silver or silver, 925 silver. And all you got to do is, I got a little plastic container that's, you put salad dressing in, if you're taking it for lunch. And you just put a little piece of tinfoil cover the bottom with a piece of tinfoil. Just squish it down in there. Throw some baking soda on it, stick your ring in it, put the tea kettle on, and pour the boiling water over. And watch, have a knife or something handy to pick it up with, because you won't be able to pick it out of the water with your knife or with your fingers. And you'll see it'll start cleaning up right away. But if it's sterling plate, it will corrode it. It's got something to do with the reaction with the tin foil, the hot water, and the baking soda all touching together is what causes it. But it works amazing. And I've used it on things as large as a tea kettle, because I have an old silver tea kettle, my great grandmother's. And I had to do that, I had to take a bucket and line the bottom with tin foil and do the baking soda thing. And I had to pour like 2 tea kettles in to do it. But man, that thing shined up like it was brand new. And then you just got to take a soft washcloth and wipe it down. No, I know. Vinegar will do a corrosive action on it. And you'd mentioned brass. I have no idea. I stand away from buying anything brass because it's such a pain in the ass to clean. So, but yeah, so back to dipshit. So yeah, that's the thing that I don't care for with Audrey. Is Audrey tries to act like she's something she's not. Um, like she can't do a comment without saying, glazing herself. So the last one I read, I got a memory. I never forget anything. Like, fuck you don't, Audrey. You forget shit all the time. And, I could be her and I could come back and say something smart assy like, well, that's because your mind is empty. Because she has nothing in her real life to keep her mind occupied. And, Audrey, you are messing with women that would think nothing of calling your workplace. But I'm sure you know that. Because that's what these women did to me. And they didn't like the fact that they've had to pay the price for it. Now, the video you watch there with that you watched with Dar. First of all, take a look at that video. That video is 3 years old. And look at the difference in how Dar looks. Dar is a fucking mess. And when the phone pings and Dar starts looking at the phone and reading this thing about Uncle Jack and everything, that is Robin messaging her. If you go back through her old shows, you will see Robin in the background. And it's not hard to believe that due to the fact that, look at your comment section. She totally floods it. And again, I get accused of stuff that I think many people do. Like, I've never called the police on Dar. I've never called Dar unless she asked me. And then that was done online like she did the other night with her sister or on a StreamYard. It was never done behind the scenes. Yeah, it is. And it's expensive to clean. Brass is expensive to clean. And that's another reason I don't like messing with it. Too old. I don't want to clean that stuff anymore. So basically what I did, in a nutshell, is after her and June attacked my living. Oh, and they messaged people they believed was my family too, which they're not. And that's when I started doing what I did. So, no, Dar and I didn't do the same thing. And the other thing Robin likes to do, if you ask her a direct question about me, she's a Butt Biden person. She'll immediately start talking about Michael Morgan. Because somewhere in Robin's head, she's got it that I somehow talk to Michael Morgan all the time. And that is not true. Michael Morgan, I'm old school. Michael Morgan is a married man. I'm not calling a married man's husband a married man's wife all the time. I'm not doing that. That would just not be acceptable. But yet there was a time where Robin's husband would be sleeping, and Robin used to get into a closet and message and call Michael Morgan all night long. So he's got every right to be pissed off at them. Every single right. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't know. And all Robin is doing is using your comment section as a platform to spread her lies. But like I said, you're a smart guy. You'll figure it out. What else did I want to mention about? There was something else I wanted to mention I thought was really, really interesting going on. And, well, June Black, she appears, she used to be one of Michael Morgan's people. And then she went from Michael Morgan, and then she went to me. Was it me next? And then she went to Robin, and now she's back to me. And I'm not kidding you when I'm telling you that this woman is nuts. She's certified, and I mean certified doctor nuts. Because she used to come out and talk about herself a bit more than she does nowadays. And she lives in an apartment. She is a ginormous woman. Big, big girl. And I'm not saying that to put her down. I mean, I'm not skinny. But I used to be when I was young. But, and she is mentally unstable. And she is not insightful, and either is Robin. They sit in their places all day long. None of them work. None of them have anything to do. And they just scour the internet. And they're all on they're all on pills or drugs or something. So you should know who you're dealing with. And I don't care that June does videos on me. She's got her right to do it. I'm like you. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But when you go real life on somebody, that's not real life. Is when they call your work environment, or they believe they're calling your family, or they're emailing your family. Well, and Dar, out of nowhere one day, just called me and then called me a bitch. So there's a lot of history now, and all that's happening in your channel is Robin is using your channel to spread her bullshit. John and I do that with our couple friends. I got a message to husband friend. I have John do it, and same with him. Or I ask my friend to play their husband. It's only right. Yeah. I grew up old school with manners. You don't call a man. I never even called a man when I was dating. They had to call me first. Which was not easy because there was times I would like a guy and I really didn't feel that I could say anything. But, that's how you're raised. And I wouldn't go into a room full of drunken men, and even on the internet, and sit there with them. That would be uncomfortable to me. There are other women in there, I might. So yeah, I'm very old school like that. Yeah, I know. I always laugh because they claim to be such respectful ladies, and yet they don't even have a clue. Not a clue. No, and just so you know, Hungry, they've done this before. It's not anything new. If you say anything to Robin challenging her, she'll get pissed off. She does not like it when you go to another channel. She does not like it when you say something positive about anybody. And she has it in her head that it's okay for Dar to do what she does to me, but God forbid I say a word about it. Dar was doing what she's doing long before me. The only difference is I made a channel and addressed her. What she used to do was people would come into her comment section, she'd treat them like fucking shit, she'd block them, and then after she blocked them, she'd go off on them because she felt secure that nobody could say anything about her. And my association with Michael Morgan was, all Michael Morgan did to her was come in one day and go, you're drinking too much. And that was enough for her to go after him. And he made the first channel. And I seen that, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea, because she did the same to me. All I ever said to Darlene is, you're drinking a lot. I wasn't going, you're a fucking bitch, or this or that. I just said, you're drinking a lot. That was it. And if you ever try to ask Robin a direct question, she will either lie or deflect. So if you said to Robin, if I asked Robin flat out, why do you promote a woman who you think, an alcoholic, who you call your friend, that drinks on television or drinks on YouTube and is drinking herself to death? It'll always come back as either nothing, or she'll say, it'll be instantly, well, Mike did this, you and Mike did that. She won't answer a question directly. That's how she works. So I had no choice but to look her up. And when I looked her up, I found out that everything about her, the way she was coming across online, the way she was acting, like how she's, she was this independent, intelligent woman. She's not. She's at the end of her life, and I don't expect a younger person to understand that. But, you get a lot of these females that just go from man to man. And they, they're nice as can be. And like Audrey's ex is a good example of that. He was an iron worker, her latest ex. She's got a couple of them. He was an iron worker. And he worked hard. Audrey didn't have a pot to piss in. And she had a kid. She was a single mother. And he took her in. And then left with half his property. And she's online telling everybody she retired from the Bissell factory. I'm not saying she didn't work in the Bissell factory. I'm sure she did. But she didn't retire on it. Not comfortably anyway. And for the longest time, she claimed that she had 10 acres, and no, she didn't. Her husband did. Though she took half of it when she left, and that's what she bought the house she's living in now. Audrey has screwed up her entire life, and it's obviously she spent it on YouTube way too much. It's just, Audrey, like, you know how you said for your age you grew up on YouTube? Yes, I believe that. Or social media or the internet. I believe that. Audrey got addicted to it. If you look on my page, you will see where Audrey has said she stalked I've got a video out of her calling and claiming to stalk somebody the rest of their lives. I don't know what more you'd need. She's not lying. She stalked me for, what, 3 years now? And she goes on and on and on about using photos of her grandchildren. Well, she puts them out there. So anybody that knows the internet as well as she does, and as well as you do, and as well as I do, knows you don't put photos out that are that personal, because you know they're going to be given to pedophiles. I would never, ever put out a photo of my grandchildren. Ever. And my daughters don't either. Because as adults, we're responsible for how we use the internet. But Mike has every right to go after Robin and every right to go after Darlene. And if they've been exposed and it bothers them that fucking much, then they need to practice what they preach. I don't care. And with me, Robin has dedicated files and time to creating a false image of me. And she gets other people involved to do it too. And these so-called people are just mentally ill people. Like, I don't know whether you've caught on to that, but a lot of people on these low-end shows are kind of a little off. And Audrey and Darlene are one of them, or two of them. And the people that they get offline to do their dirty work are shut-ins, people who don't go to school, people who are living at home because they're on disability, that type of thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't give a flying fuck what Audrey does, because none of it changes my life. None of it affects me on a day-to-day basis. But she sure as hell tried. And the other thing that you're not seeing is because these people, live, eat, and breathe the internet. June actually at one time, and I just thought this was the most insane thing ever. She had to go to the hospital for something, some surgery. From her hospital bed, did a video claiming that my father was a pedophile, that he spent his life in prison. Now, if I did a video claiming that your father was a pedophile and spent his life in prison, how would you feel about that? And she claimed that there was some article she read, but the article was so bad that she couldn't put it online. This is the type of childish, skeevy shit these women do. And they enjoy it. These days, I guarantee you, the only thing Audrey is doing is living off her son and what she's got left and looking for another man. That's it. I guarantee you the only thing June's doing is sitting there in her chair, getting up every once in a while to go get something to eat, and just doom scrolling. That's all they're doing. And Dar, she's getting up in the morning, nursing her hangover, getting herself into a shower, and doing what she's got to do, and then going to the bar, drinking dollar store drafts. And all of them look like they're 80 years old because they have lived such pathetic, unhealthy lives, because they don't work. You know, I always laugh when Dar talks about taxes. Dar doesn't pay taxes. Her husband pays them for her. And look what that poor guy has to go through. These women have no respect for men. They don't give a shit about the man. All he is somebody to help them pay for a lifestyle that they cannot afford on their own. That's it. And then some of them get the odd inheritance and they live off that for a bit. But it's all bullshit and lies. That's it. I just hope that you understand that you are being taken advantage of by Robin. It's the same as when you're watching the Drunk Dur show and you see a strange name go in Robin's or Dar's comment section. And it's all positive, positive, positive. That's Robin. Robin floods. And that's why Mike had to block her. And she still comes into my channel using fake avatars. She'll go create a fake avatar. So yeah, Robin, I've known for a long time that you haven't done shit. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't attempt to do copyright strikes on my channels, but none of them were the copyright. None of them were the copyrights that caused the channels to go down. Even last night, I was on my channel kind of moving things around. She's on her channel just putting out all sorts of bullshit and lies. All I was doing was cleaning my channel up, putting up some new avatars, you know, a new avatar, and I'm going to put up a new banner. But this woman stalks me like a dog. She's a dog is what she is. And she likes it, and she's got no shame in it. She's nuts. But I know, and any adult knows, she can't do any harm. If I was going to go at Audrey, she would know it. But there's nothing about her worth going at. She wants the attention. That's her big thing. Attention, attention, attention. And then if you give it to her, she goes nuts. And that's what's going on in your channel, Hungry. And it will continue. You know exactly who Dar is. We all know exactly who Dar is. She's a drunk. She's belligerent as hell. She's not a nice person. And she's drinking herself to death. It's as simple as that. and why, I've said it many times, why I choose to talk to Dar, or comment on her, I should say, is because she commented on me. Any time she decided to shut up about me, I'd shut up about her. I don't care. And the other thing, if you notice, Dar's talking about me, but the minute I go to speak on what Dar's saying, Audrey has to stick her nose into it and intervene. There's no reason for that. I'm talking about Audrey now, but if I wasn't talking about her, she would still do it. And the amount of time, just think of the amount of time it takes for her to do that, and the amount of time it takes for June to do what she's doing, because she's doing it on her phone, to, download my video, upload my video again, and do a voiceover, then upload it again to YouTube. These women have nothing to do. I could not do that. I don't have the time. And then when June's not doing that, Audrey is everywhere. She's everywhere. Hi, Rhonda. And if I have somebody come into my comment section, they instantly stalk that person and bombard them, just like they did you. And you can see it in that video you did on Wednesday. Audrey is trying to paint a picture of herself that is completely false. Completely. Audrey is living in a ghetto in Michigan, the worst place in Michigan to live. It's not nice, it's not fun, and she's living off her son. And when she doesn't have her sons to live off, she's living off a man. Rhonda's right now in my comment section. Why do you think that when you watch Dar, she goes after Rhonda? Because she's giving Rhonda a clear message. I'm going to harass you on my show if you talk to her. Not one of these women have I came out after that did not come out after me first. Yet they would have you, they're working on you to make you believe otherwise. Though I don't think you fall for it. But anyway, Audrey, or should I say Butt Biden, you're full of shit. You are nothing but a little girl that was born on the wrong side of the tracks. And that's sad, but it's true. Whose dad left her and her mother, because her mother was a nagging fucking bitch. And those are your words, not mine. You are the one online that called your mother a bigger bitch than you. Classy, Robin. You worked because you had no money. You didn't retire from the vacuum cleaner factory. You just went from man to man. And every time you left with money from that man. Which, if you had a kid or whatever, maybe you needed it. I don't know. But by saying that you're independent and that you accomplished that yourself is a lie. That's not the way society is. You are a single mother. You were a single mother at a very young age. And I would like for you to explain to me how you worked 7 years straight having a child. Unless he helped, but hey, let's not give any credit for that. The truth is, you are sitting in the ghetto, living off your sons, partially. The only reason you have a pot to piss in is because your last divorce, he divided up the property and gave you a few bucks, your divorce settlement. And that's going to run out. So you're going to have no choice but to find yourself another man. Such is life, honey. Unless you win the lottery. So stop fronting, stop glazing yourself, stop making yourself out to be something you're not. You are full of shit. You did not take my channels down. That's a lie. Not one of those copy strikes were from you. Not one. You aren't some overly smart person. What type of smart woman in her life would spend her time doing what you do? You clean house for your son. You drive back and forth between Marne to visit your grandchildren. You have a normal life. For a person who doesn't have a lot of money. And I don't know why you have to make yourself out to be something you're not. All the things that you claim that I am, you've never proven. You've copy, clipped, cut, paste, and then you take a Sharpie and put the person's name out, or put the address or time and date and change it. And you haven't even got my birth name right. My channel has a picture of Dexter as a baby on it and his mother with an orange ring around it. You don't even have my birthday right. And you've done this for so long, and you've spent so much time convincing these people that aren't hard to convince of complete falsehoods. It's not even funny. You do you, bitch. Because, see, I never tried to take your channel down. And nor would I. I've never tried to take Dar's channel down, nor would I. I've never tried to take June's 6 or 7 channels down, and nor would I. Because Hungry's right about that. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. You just got to make sure when you're stating it that it's the truth. Because if you don't, then it becomes drama. And that's the part nobody out there seems to get. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go out and get a few groceries. I'll come back smelling like Tide. Oh well, it is what it is. I hope everybody has a good day. It looks like we're gonna get rain here. And hungry, don't you work too hard. And everybody have a good day. Bye now.